6 games into the Champions League and the Europa League, and things hang in the balance for Celtic and Rangers. They could still qualify, they could still be eliminated. 5 games into the Europa Conference League, and being a Hearts fan, you just want to hang yourself.
And that's pretty much it for Heart and Midlothian, but guess what? There's no need to fear. There's one more match next week for Hearts. It is a Conference League special and in its entirety. What a European review show that will be.
That'll be a stinker, that will.
It will be.
Especially if Petro Cub win, then that's just...
Absolutely. £13 a ticket. That's pretty good going at Tynecastle.
I don't think it's worth £13 at the moment.
That's
like.
disgraceful. 13 quid for a European game.
Yeah,
a guaranteed win.
Is it?
Petro Cub are mince.
Is it a guaranteed win?
I'd say it is. But talking of guaranteed wins, we thought Celtic would beat Dynamo. We said 2-1. I believe both of us. It ended 0-0. Is this as bad as what certain Celtic fans and media are making it out to be?
Well, no, because when you've seen the reactions, calling it embarrassing and all, I mean, come on. Your team were used to getting scudded in the Champions League. You know, you couldn't get a positive result away from home. This has actually been a pretty good campaign for Celtic.
Yep.
But unfortunately, you get a couple of good results, and then all of a sudden, fans just expect that to be the norm.
I mean, I expected Celtic to win. They didn't, but all they've got to do is beat Young Boys. Hell, they could draw against Young Boys, man, and then...
Well, this is the European review show, so we're starting in the Champions League or what?
Yeah.
Right, well, let's do it then.
And that's literally what I was talking about. Zagreb Celtic. It's the first game.
Well, I need a bit more of an introduction, man. Just dove straight in there, talk about Celtic Dynamo. There's other games as well, you know. There's loads
yeah, but Dynamo Celtic's the first game on the list. So what other game do you want me to talk about? Do you want me to talk about Girona Liverpool? Or do you want me to talk about the game that was right there on the list?
I want an introduction to the Champions League, that's what I want.
Well, here's dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's Europa League theme.
What's the Champions League theme then?
The champions.
Well, Hearts don't know what that is. Anyway, right, so...
Neither do you.
Yeah, we did a few years ago.
Hi, do you want to talk about that campaign?
No, I don't.
No, there you go then.
Is it? What's Hearts camp? Hearts' campaign, the Conference League's near as bad as that.
We were competitive against AEK Athens in a qualifier, right?
About a million years ago.
And Craig Gordon jumped ship after the game. He's like, fuck this,
I'm out.
Yeah.
Celtic, though, they're not out. Like we said, 2 more games to go. They'll want to wrap up next time out in January. But, I mean, the game was a bit bland. It was a bit poor. Not much really going on.
Well, normally 0-0 games are a bit bland, a bit poor. It's very rare that you get a good 0-0 game, because normally if something's 0-0, it's just... I get it. It could be back and forward. I mean, there could be glorious chances and world-class saves, but it's unlikely. Normally if a game's 0-0, let's be honest, let's not sugarcoat it, truth be told, it's normally a stinker, and I think this one kind of was.
It's a draw that no one wanted. Zagreb needed to win. Celtic didn't necessarily need to win, but everyone expected them to win.
No, but it's any coincidence the greatest games of football, the games you remember tend to be games with like a decent amount of goals in them.
Oh, absolutely.
It is what it is.
Goals make games.
Everybody remembers AC Milan at Liverpool. You know, not many people's going to remember this. Well, what's a final? No, it's because there was 6 goals in it and one team came for 3 goals down in the second half.
Yeah.
That's what you remember.
No, it is. But 0-0.
You look at Old Firms, it's very rare. It's hard to think of a 0-0 Old Firm.
When was the last one?
I don't know, that's the point. But the ones that you do stand out tend to be the ones with goals in them.
I actually can't even think of the last 0-0 one.
So, anyway, point is, 0-0, look, not a great result for Celtic, but I don't think it's a bad result for Celtic. It's bad if you want it to wrap up qualification. But if you're just thinking about qualifying in the top 24, then it's another point towards that. The game that Celtic should win and probably will win is that Young Boys game. Celtic could afford to lose, I think, even against Dynamo, knowing that they've got that Young Boys game in the bag. However, if they don't beat Young Boys, then they are in serious trouble.
Which was unthinkable.
I think a draw will be enough, to be honest, and we'll look at the league table in a minute, but I do believe that a draw will be enough for Celtic against Young Boys. If they win, they're guaranteed to go through. Could a defeat against Young Boys and Phyllis still see Celtic go through? Wait, what many points is it on? 8? 9? 9. Potentially could happen.
It could.
Because there's not that many teams behind Celtic that you think will catch them. A lot of teams on 4 points.
We'll have a look at that in a wee minute, because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with like PSG and Man City.
I think a draw. I'm going to go out there and say it. If Celtic get a draw, they're through.
And you'd expect them to compete. I think even if they draw, man, a lot of people will be unhappy.
No, they will be because I mean, it will leave qualification unsure.
I
But
think Celtic will beat Young Boys by about 3 or 4. They're not very good, Young Boys. They got absolutely scudded. I think it was Stuttgart. So we'll see how that goes. But Liverpool, they defeated Bojan Bioski's team 1-0. The only team 100% across the board.
they're playing well, aren't they, under Arne Slot?
Absolutely. Making Klopp look like a little bitch.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, Klopp came in, it took him time to get this Liverpool team up and running. But then again, you can definitely, I mean, it depends. It's unfair to just draw straight comparisons because when Klopp came in, the Liverpool team
Was shite. No, I'm not comparing it to that, though. I'm comparing it to Klopp's last few years. This is a very similar team to that.
Yeah, whereas Arne Slots came in and, let's be honest, yeah, Liverpool weren't great last year, but this is still a Liverpool team that the majority of this, the spine of this Liverpool team is the Liverpool team that won the league.
Decent part of it.
It's still the Liverpool team that, you know, for the
midfield's pretty much away.
The last 5-6 years or whatever has been the top 2 teams in England.
I know, but
City.
You could argue a lot of it's away, though.
I think a lot of it's still there, though.
None of the midfield's there anymore.
Mane's gone.
Firmino's not there. You know.
No, when you put it like that. Yeah, but they have replaced them with good players. Let's not pretend that they got rid of all their best midfielders and they brought in a bunch of junk. You know, they've replaced them with very good players as well. So.
I'll admit the back line in the goalie's pretty much the same, but you know, Milner, Henderson, Fabinho, those sort of guys are away.
You've got McAllister.
Yeah, but he wasn't even win the league with them.
I know, but but you're saying as if they're all away and they've been replaced with shite.
When did I say that? I think their midfield's better now.
That's what I think. So I mean, if anything, Arne Slot's got a better team now. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but Klopp brought them in. It wasn't Arne Slot that brought them in.
I would argue. Yeah, but I'm just saying Arne Slot is coming in. He's got a great team to work with.
But why didn't Why didn't Klopp do it last season?
Maybe it took them one more year to play together, gel.
Ah, well, what the gel out. Aston Villa beat
Well, I'd say so that they're worse up top.
Oh, yeah. Mane's better than the other two. Diaz and...
isn't he?
Nunez. But Villa, they beat Leipzig. Super John McGinn with a goal. I think Ross Barkley got a goal as well. But Leipzig are shite. 6 losses in a row. Each passing game, it just decredits that Celtic Park victory.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to come on here and people say, you're better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Celtic have 2 big wins this season in the Champions League, and they're both against teams that are rock bottom without a single point, I believe.
Yep. And
the team that Celtic play next are also rock bottom with 8 points. I mean, it is what it is. People are going to say, you're better, you're downplayed. We're not. It's the fucking facts. 3 of the teams that Celtic have got are rock bottom of this Champions League table with not a single point. So that's fucking proofs in the pudding.
You've got to beat who's in front of you, right? And when they got drawn, we all thought Leipzig are a top team. One of the worst teams in Pot 1, but still a top team. Young Boys and Bratislava, when that got drawn, man, in Zagreb, you're like, right, they're teams that Celtic should be getting results against. And yeah, maybe they will. Against Young Boys, they need to, probably. But as for Villa, they've had a good campaign. Leipzig, disastrous. Leverkusen beat Inter. Real Madrid beat Atlanta. Club Bruges beat Sporting Lisbon. So that's another very good result for Club Bruges. Again, proving that I think Club Bruges are a good team. Bayern Munich beat Shakhtar.
Celtic as well.
Absolutely. PSG beat Salzburg. Crucial for them. Brest beat PSV. Brest are flying, aren't they?
They are. They're doing good.
Into Wednesday. Atletico beat Bratislava 3-1.
Not as impressive as Celtic.
Nope. Lille beat Storm Graz 3-2. Barca beat Dortmund 3-2. Juventus beat City. So what do you make of Man City? Man Shitty.
I don't think Pep can be sacked. I think he'll be there till he leaves.
It's like Arsene Wenger.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves soon.
He signed an extension though.
I'm just not convinced. Honestly, I think when it gets to that point, you're kind of done. Yeah. Especially a top team. Mid-table team or whatever, you can go through that kind of run, but this run that Man City's on is unthinkable.
I just don't... See with Ferguson, right, yeah, they dominated English football, right, but there was loads of periods where other teams won. I felt like with Ferguson, he kept reinventing himself almost. Like with City, you would say he won the Champions League and they've won the league every year, pretty much apart from that year Liverpool won it. It's been very boring. It's like where United and Ferguson, there was new challenges, things like that. I don't know what's next for Pep, but
Can you put your finger on why Man City are so bad? And people will say Rodri, but to me, that if one player is making that much of a difference, then I think that's concerning. But
Rodri and an aging team. Kyle Walker is done. Again, they have had quite a lot of injuries, but I'm not. I mean, boo hoo, Manchester City, the richest club in the world, having fucking injuries. I mean, that shouldn't be a problem. Honestly, I don't know, but all good things must come to an end at some point, and that's probably just what this is right
could
here.
happen to a nicer team.
You know, you look at like Ferguson's last team; it was pretty shite, and then look what happened when Moyes took over. It finished 7th. I'm not saying if someone took over City, they'd finish 7th because I still think this team's better in comparison to United team, but it is what it is. I don't think City have really strengthened over the last couple of years.
No.
I mean, there's been a couple of signings here and there, but overall, just no team stays on top forever, which may sound ironic coming from Scotland, but it is what it is. Benfica 0-0 against Bologna. Arsenal won 3-0. Milan beat Red Star Belgrade 2-1. You were a happy man about that on your bet.
All right, won my bet. Happy days. Thank you, AC.
And then Feyenoord beat Sparta Prague 4-2, and then Stuttgart beat Young Boys 5-1, despite going 1-0 down.
Just when it was beginning to turn, the heat was beginning to turn up, the AC turned on.
Oh, I like that, Ian. Right, anyway, here's your top.
It would have been better than botch halfway through it, like, but recovered well.
I agree.
Almost fumbled the ball, but then I managed to, reclaim my composure. Oh fuck, making it worse.
Just reel it in. Liverpool sit top for Barca, Arsenal, Leverkusen,
Sick
Villa,
guys, cut me some slack.
Inter, Brest and Lille. What I think's interesting, Arsenal were looking pretty poor a couple of games ago in the Champions League, but now they're third. Brest sit.
Yeah, I know, but I think this Champions League format's going to do that. I think a couple of wins on the bounce, and you will literally move up 7-8 places. So
the French league's a farmers league. Got 2 teams in the top 8.
I think that's just uneducated football fans.
They've got more teams in the top 8 than Germany and Italy and.
No, normally that's just people that have never watched a game outside the Premier League that say that. Though, to be fair.
Yep.
They think every fucking league outside's that it's a farmers league.
Yeah, when they might be the real farmers. Anyway, Dortmund.
Just because other leagues don't pump in insane amounts of money as the English league doesn't mean shit.
I know. Milan, Atlanta, Juventus, Benfica, Monaco, Sporting, Feyenoord, Bruges, Real Madrid, Celtic, City, PSV, Dynamo, PSG, Stuttgart, and then Shakhtar. But let's just block off the rest, right? So Celtic obviously sit on 9. PSG play Manchester City next, and you've got a feeling whoever loses that game could be in deep trouble.
No, you do.
No, City's last game is at home against Club Brugge, but would you bet Man City to beat Club Brugge? I mean, honestly, probably not.
The way things are going right now, you wouldn't be surprised if they did lose. Celtic are down at 21st place. They've got Man City behind them, PSV behind them, Dynamo Kiev, Dynamo Zagreb behind them, PSG as well, and Stuttgart. They're there. I don't know. It's gonna be close.
It's going to be close. Now, obviously, when you break it down, PSG and City can't both get 6 points. But if Celtic lost against Young Boys or drew, they can still get beaten by PSG.
Can we agree that Celtic will finish no lower than 26th?
Yes.
Despite mathematically possible, I just don't see Shakhtar, Sparta Prague winning their last 2 games. Now, I'd need to see who they're against, but the form that those teams are on, and the fact that none of them have won 2 games up to this point, I don't think they're going to win 2 in their last. So I'd say the lowest Celtic can finish would be 26th.
I'd agree. You factor in Dynamo are playing AC Milan and Arsenal, I would kind of almost rule them out, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, the problem for Celtic is the goal difference isn't that bad. They've got a couple of teams above them on 10 points with worse goal difference, so you could maybe argue that if they can get onto 10 and those teams don't pick up anything else, then, I mean, it's looking like at best those Celtic will be unseeded. Now, a win against Young Boys would put them on to 12, which might be enough. Well, 12 would put you on the verge of... Where do you think Celtic's finishing? Do you think they're finishing in the seeded, unseeded? I think top 8's ruled out. Even if they beat both Young Boys and Villa, that would put them on to, what,
15.
15? I mean, that could be enough, but I've got a feeling it won't be. Because all it means, the top teams would just need to win one game as well, and that would be enough to... And then you look at, like, the goal difference. Dortmund, Atleti, Bayern, so all those AC Milan, all those teams only need one more win, and Celtic can't catch them. So I think it's fair to say that Celtic will not, no matter what the last two results, they can no longer get top
Tell you
8.
what, though, right?
Is that fair?
I agree.
Right,
There was a lot of question marks about this format. I think it's worked because you've got teams like Brest in the top 8. You've got Celtic who are sitting above Man City and PSG, and in a sandwich with City and Madrid. In a previous group format, that just would not be the case.
Yeah, but you don't think that maybe alludes to the fact that we haven't really looked at each team, right? But does that not maybe tell you that...
Maybe teams have been screwed.
Does that not maybe tell you that some teams have been very lucky with the luck of the draw and other teams?
Yeah, but that's going to happen each year.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not... Yeah, but you could be a team that gets shafted in it 5 years in a row, and you could be a team that benefits 5 years. With the old format, say what you want about the old format. The old format was fair. You played both teams twice, home and away.
Yeah, but you could get shafted in the old format 5 times in a row.
But you're playing the teams you're playing. You're playing the same teams, and this you're not. No, but Celtic could be competing for the last spot against a team that's maybe got Real Madrid and fucking Barca, and Celtic's got, 2 shite teams worse than that. Because you're not playing the same
Yeah,
team.
but that's why I think this is better, because it's up in the air with the previous one. If Celtic got in a draw,
Better's not fairer.
a draw with City, Madrid and Zagreb, it's like, well, City and Madrid are going to go through, but now it's like, holy shit, a Real Madrid Celtic City, how's that going to finish?
Better's not fairer.
Yeah, it might not be fairer, but then we're saying it's not fairer. What's that mean?
All right, but we did say we said at the start with this new format, it basically meant that none of the top teams, the elite teams, would fail to qualify again. Yet you've got Real Madrid, Man City, and PSG
On the ropes.
all in the ropes.
Yep.
So thoughts on that?
Yeah, and that's with them all, PSG and Madrid winning the last game. But let's be honest, City are in a crisis. I don't know what PSG are doing, but it looks pretty crisis to me.
Right. Well, let's do our predictions here. Let's just assume, for argument's sake, Celtic lose to Aston Villa. We're going to assume that Celtic beat Young Boys. Where do they finish? Seed it, unseed it, or eliminate it?
They'll finish unseeded.
Unseed it.
Why? Because City and PSG play each other, right? Therefore, both of them can't pick up 6. Dynamo aren't picking up nothing. I don't even know who Stuttgart are playing in the last 2 games. And I know City are playing Club Brugge. So it's almost like, as long as Celtic match what City do against Bruges with their game against Young Boys, they'll beat City, because I think PSG will beat City.
Right.
Because that's Parc des Princes.
Celtic draw with Young Boys. Where do they finish? Unseed it or
I still think they
eliminate it?
go through. I think they finish about 24th, because I think no matter what, they're beating Zagreb, which means they only need to beat one team.
Okay, I can see that. You don't think Zagreb's going to add to
Yo, I think there's a world Celtic lose both games and they still go through.
Well, I was going to go into that last point there. Celtic lose against Young Boys. Where do they finish?
24th or 25th.
So it's touch and go.
Yo, it depends, right? Well, I'm talking about AC Milan and Arsenal. See the next time,
They could be through.
Arsenal could go, well, fuck it, we'll just play a young team against Zagreb, and Zagreb win. And then that changes the ballpark. PSV have been very good. They lost the last game. We won't know till we do the fixtures in January. But there's a lot of intrigue here. There's so many times in the past you get to the 5th game and it's like, all right, 7 points behind, can't catch them. Wooden spoon up for grabs here. I like this format. People can agree about it, but I don't mind it.
Do you think 10 points guarantees you through? 'Cause that's what everyone said at the beginning.
But it's going to depend each year.
I can see a world where 10 points eliminates you.
Oh, absolutely. But this time I think 8 could be enough.
Right, well, if Celtic 8 won't be enough.
Could be.
8 will not be enough.
It could be, though. Well, say City beat PSG, right? And Dynamo lose, and Stuttgart lose. That means there's 8-7-7 going into the last game.
If Celtic draw against Young Boys and lose against Villa, you only need... There's 5 teams, like the 5 teams directly below them. Only 4 of those 5 teams would need to win one of their last 2 games to beat Celtic.
Yeah, you would be worried. I'm not saying like here you'd be sitting there happy days, man. We'll get 8 points. We're going through, but you never know. But I mean, in terms of other teams, Girona, I expected them to do better. But see, like Sal's.
From Shakhtar down, everyone's out. You think?
Yeah,
No one's going to put a late run together.
I think the only team that's really capable of doing it's maybe like a Salzburg or Girona. But it depends who they've played. You know, if they've got like the two pot four teams to go, then fuck, they win 2 games, it changes the ball game. But they're goal diff. But then who knows? But down here's the shite jobbers. Anyway, too much
Let's
time.
go right down, get to the bottom again just one last time. Look at that. Look at that. The 3 teams that are already eliminated. The only 3 teams that have no chance, mathematically no chance of going through, are 3 teams that Celtic got.
What's that tell you?
Well, I tell you it's no fair.
No fair, right? Let's look.
Or you could spin it and say they're out because they played the mighty Celtic.
Could be that. Well, one of them haven't. Right, match day 6. Right. Roma 3-0, 0-0. Olympiacos 20. PAC won 5-0. United beat Victoria
Feel the
Pleasant.
speed here.
Victoria Pleasant was 1-0 up. I feel the need for speed, Lightning McQueen. Rangers could have done with United getting beat here. But it is what it is. United are shite, but they managed to win. Right, Union St. Galossi beat Nice. Rangers play them at Ibrox. That'll be an interesting one. Ludogorets, 2-each what I said. Alkmaar.
Are Nice not very good now?
Nah, I don't think so. Pretty shite. Still a decent French team though on paper, aren't they? A nice wee team. Ha ha.
That paper got ripped up when they lost to Rangers, I think.
Hoffenheim 0-0. Porto 2-0. Lazio beat Ajax. I think Ajax have just dropped off a cliff.
Yeah, do you remember? Well, I say it wasn't that long ago. It's been about 5 years now. But do you remember Ajax legitimately felt like a top tier team?
Again, yeah, they were back.
And it was good because you didn't think like you'd have that again from the Dutch league. You just felt like money had taken over football, and to be like one of the top teams, you either need it to be from one of the top leagues or be PSG. But I mean, it was nice to see Ajax legitimately mixing it up with the best teams for a few seasons there. But all of a sudden, they've just dropped off again massively. I'd say for a while there, they were like legitimately, if you want to go by FIFA ratings, they were probably like a 5-star team for a few seasons. Now they're back down to like a 4.
Aye, if that. Right.
3.5.
Yeah, Rangers won, Tottenham won, should have won.
How many stars would you give Rangers at the moment? The stars fluctuate. If we're in Europe, like they could be a decent 4-star team.
I'd say in Europe we are about a 4-star team.
Domestically,
the consistency proves that. But yeah, domestically I don't really know. But yeah, 1-1, should have won, missed opportunity. But here, best performance of the season, Nico Raskin. There's just no excuses anymore. Because see all the hard work that went into Tottenham and the past few games and things like that. See if they rock up, right, and don't even put in any sort of performance against Celtic. All this is undone. The past month's been undone. So it's time to step up to task and fucking.
Do you think there's much between Celtic's best team and Rangers' best team?
Yeah.
What area do you think's the biggest gulf?
Dun 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 dun. Probably the midfield. Aye, the midfield every day of the week. Yo, don't get me wrong. See against Tottenham, was Nico Raskin outstanding? Yeah, best performance in his Rangers career. Was Diamonde brilliant? Aye, but you know what? They need to do it in more than just one game. I need to see consistency. If you can do it against Tottenham, you can do it against Celtic. So therefore, prove it. Prove you've got the cojones. But
prove it.
You know what?
Team that didn't have cojones though, Frankfurt.
Not fucking.
Cost my bet.
Nah, they didn't. But we don't mention their wee name on this channel. You know
why?
Oh fuck! I wonder why.
Because they beat you fair and square.
Got a wee fucking screw job in there. But back to Rangers Tottenham. Big Phil. If he could beat Celtic on Sunday, that could be.
Buy some time.
Fuck, buy him a statue. Nah, I won't buy him a statue, but
buy him a Christmas present.
A wee Christmas present from me. Anyway, Prague got beat by Anderlecht. Real Sociedad beat Kiev. That same got 6 defeats in a row. Lyon beat Frankfurt. Maccabi Tel Aviv beat RFS. Bodo Glimt beat Besiktas, and Elfsborg beat Qarabağ. It's crazy to think that you can get Rangers against Tottenham, Ajax, Lazio, and then there's games like Elfsborg and Qarabağ.
Seems like Conference League to me, but there you go. It's not.
Conference League to me, right?
Europa
Here we go.
Nights.
How many teams can say that their team's in the top 8?
Well, 7 teams are guaranteed at least a playoff spot. One of those teams being Manchester United. But I'm pretty sure after the next round of fixtures, win, lose or draw for Rangers, they'll be added to that list. Because let's be honest, Rangers, it's not even a case of Rangers needing to pick up points. It's just a case of the teams that are outside the top 24. Not all of them can pick up points, therefore not all of them are going to be able to catch Rangers. So Rangers are through. Doesn't say it yet, but they will be through. It's just a matter of whether it's going to be straight into the round of 16, whether it's going to be seeded, or whether it's going to be unseeded. I mean, at this point, I think anything other than at least a seeded position would be a disaster for Rangers.
Yeah, because say they lose the Old Trafford, I mean, I guess they're only 2 points though above like a Victoria Pleasant, for example.
Yeah, there's no guarantee those teams are, coming.
But
those teams are going
they
to
are
up
4
big
points above Braga. But they play Union St. Galossi, so you just match the result there, and you should beat them no matter what. Yo, looking good for Rangers. And what do you make of Old Trafford? Can they go there and win?
Absolutely. I still think there's a chance Rangers could
Finish top 8.
get top 8. Aye.
Do you think would 4 points get them top 8?
Possibly. I mean, there's a possibility 3 points could. Unlikely, but it could happen.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's go into the Conference League, though. That's what we're here for, all right? The real Thursday night delight, as it was Fikkenkur R 1, Dusgordon 2.
Do you really need to pronounce half of these teams?
No, Astana got beat by Chelsea. -9 conditions. The goalie was wearing a woolly hat.
God love him.
God love him. Right, God love you. Copenhagen 2, Hearts 0.
Fucking shite.
How was that a penalty?
Nah, it was an absolute joke, man.
I don't care what team concedes that, man. That is one of the worst decisions you'll see. He got. How many times do
and
we
that's
see
by
this?
far, man. You know what I mean? That's by far. That's not like the referee's called it live and he's not got the benefit of looking back or whatever.
Well, he did call it live. He gave Hearts a free kick.
Yeah, but then they went and looked at VAR and have decided to somehow they can change. That's a ridiculous decision, man. That's ludicrous. I don't understand how that's even happened.
Hearts didn't deserve hee-haw, but they didn't deserve to get robbed either.
Craig Gordon actually picked up the ball and was like stationary. It's not like Craig Gordon ran out and Clark. How many times have you seen the goalkeeper run out and like try and punch the ball and fucking wipe out the attacking player? But as long as he got to the ball first, it's not a penalty.
Yep.
Craig Gordon comes out, literally catches the ball. The attacking player runs into him with the momentum, and a penalty's given. I think it's fucking insane. To be honest, I think there's some sort of screw job going on.
No, I agree.
It doesn't take away from how shite Hearts were, but you don't deserve to be cheated.
See if this was, happened to a high-profile team, maybe in the Champions League, or this actually cost Hearts qualification.
Yeah, but
I think this would be getting blown up more.
Imagine this was the last game of the campaign and it was 0-0, 90th minute, and you only need a point to qualify. That could be the difference.
Could be a difference, but
I tell you what, they're saying that they're ranking 7 points. So who knows? 7 points, apparently that's all you need. I still think Hearts can qualify with 6, which is fucking strange, but this could cost Hearts come the end of the...
It could. Right, Fiorentina 7, last 0. Besiktas 3-1, Heidenheim 1, Liga Warsaw 1, Lugano 2. Helsinki.
Yeah, by the way, that Fiorentina 7 last 0 score, I mean, that just put that into perspective that Fiorentina only beat TNS 2-0. I know different games, that's shite, and it is what it is, but...
Still good.
Yeah, no, it just goes to show
Helsinki, though.
Some good results.
2 against Mold, 2 Mold. Olympia against Cercle Bruges, 1-4. Petro Cub only get beat 1-0 by Betis, so that's who Hearts play next at Tynecastle. 13 quid. Can they get the job done?
Well, I mean, I don't know, a team that would lose only 1-0 to Real Betis, I would assume that's a no bad team.
Dynamo Minsk beat Larne 2-0.
Yeah, I know it. Larne did well to get here, but it's been a disaster, really, hasn't it?
It has been.
It's been downhill.
It just shows you the quality difference between certain leagues in Europe. Noah 1, Apollo 3. How many animals did they fit on that arc? Ghent 3, TSC 0. Noah 3, Rapid Vienna 1. Shamrock Rovers 3, Borac 0. They were 8-5. It was printing money. I bet them. Just a shame the rest of my bet get beat, but it was.
Yeah, it's looking like they are
top 8.
Qualified top 8, which is absolutely fantastic.
They play Chelsea next, but we'll have a wee quick look at the group. And Chelsea are literally playing Chelsea played like the E team. So if they play the E team at Stamford Bridge, you never know. Maybe Shamrock can.
And they'll be up for that.
Oh, fuck, aye. Absolutely.
It's not quite a battle of Britain, but it's a battle of UK and Ireland. I don't know.
England against Ireland. Been there, done that. New Saints nil. Panathinaikos 2. Bit of a screw job in that game. Didn't watch the highlights, but I heard it was a screw job, so that's all you need to know. Coleslaw defeated Phil Jagielka 1-0.
I don't even know. I believe they're a Polish team.
Yep.
That Jaganella or whatever.
I thought you were on about Coleslaw.
No, they look like Belarusian or something.
Nah, it's Dynamo Minsk. No way Belarus got 2 teams in. They're like not Latvian, but they're something like that. Right, St. Gallen 1, Vitoria 4, and then Paphos defeated Celje 2-0. Do you think this could be the worst ever Conference League we see, or do you feel like it's going to be like this every year now? Because there is some fucking bogging matches in here.
I'm going to assume it'll be, unless they make any changes to this format, I think that there's going to be a similar level of competition going forward.
League table. Right, I'm actually intrigued.
And you know what? See, going forward, right? Obviously, I know that Scotland are no longer guaranteed, right? And that's annoying. But because it is difficult to qualify when you're not coming through the champions phase, I get that. But I think there is no reason that Scottish teams shouldn't be competitive every single season in this competition if they qualify for it.
I agree. So it's Hearts' excuse because they've been fucking shite.
No, I agree. It's not. Well, hold on here. I don't think they've been shite. I think the results have been shite. I don't think they were shite against Heidenheim. And I don't think they were shite against Cercle Bruges.
They were awful against Copenhagen.
Alright, so one game makes you shite.
I watched it.
Sorry, that's the conclusion that we're coming to.
No, but you know what, right? Hearts are further behind Shamrock Rovers than what Shamrock Rovers are to Chelsea. That should not be happening.
No, I agree. No one's denying that.
So, Shamrock Rovers, Chelsea are through. Shamrock Rovers sit 6th, right? Yo, you've got a team called Paphos above you, man. Paphos? What league are they from?
Hungarian, Cyprus.
Are you sure?
Cyprus League, aye.
Right. I mean, how far down do you need to scroll? You're saying there's a world where Hearts qualify without winning? I don't see it.
What we're drawing?
I mean, maybe a draw, but then, yo, there is 7 teams.
Cyprus, see, get it right up, these people making fun of my fucking geography.
There's 7 people.
Because I wasn't aware when Croatia disbanded for Yugoslavia.
There's 7 teams on 4 points that can beat a team and go above Hearts.
But there's one game left to date, you know what I mean?
Where's Petrocub? Petrocub are 35th, man.
Ooh. No, I think we'll beat Petrocub, but there's no guarantee all those teams on 4 points are going to win their last game, is there? Now, some of them could be playing each other, which should, you know what I mean, make it more likely. We'll see. I tell you what, though, see if Hearts don't beat Petrocub, don't desert against the next round.
No, it's easy. Would you not love Hearts against Shamrock Rovers?
No, I would, but what I'm saying is, see if we lose to Petrocub, or even if we don't beat Petrocub and we get eliminated, then I'm happy enough to accept it.
It's not good enough.
I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, we're unlucky to get 7 points, whatever, and not go for it.
But look at the teams you could potentially get there. Like, I know you've played Heidenheim and Copenhagen, but come on, you'd fancy yourself against some of those teams, wouldn't you?
I just want to be in the next round. We're fucking Hearts. We talk about, it's embarrassing, man. All these clubs in Scotland outside the Old Firm talk about, it was not a 2-team league and all this shit, or they can go down south. Look at the state of the league, man. If they went down south, Scotland would never pick up a victory in Europe ever again. It's shambolic, man. We need to start. Can he be doing this all big club nonsense and then not even being competitive in this? I mean, look at these teams. Rangers and Celtic would look at these teams and go, right, we're going to scud them all. So if we've ever got ambitions to do anything, we need to start stepping up.
I agree. That's it for the European
All I want to do is be competitive.
Aye.
I'm not saying we have to beat them, but at least go and be competitive. And I don't think being competitive is sitting back and limiting someone to a 2-0 win. That's not competitive for me.
No.
barely getting a fucking shot on target. That's no good enough.
0.06 XG.
That's shite. I want Critchley out. I want Robbie Nielsen back. Never want him gone. Bring him back for a third time.
Could he win the Conference League?
Would it be a fourth time? Well, technically it could be a fourth time because he was at the club already before. Aye, fourth time. Bring him back. I'll take him.
Bring him back. That's plenty. Till then, peace.